Hey, I am back with another video about 12 book recommendations for middle grade March. I've done prompt 1, I've done prompt 2, and prompt 4, and 5 will be to come. But here's prompt 3, and the prompt is that is part of a series. So this one I feel like is such an easy one because there are so many fantastic series out there. I think only one on the list. It was a suggestion that I got from this Facebook group that I had authors giving me ideas on. And so because it was just so easy for me to pull books off my shelf and be like, I love this series, I love this series. So I'm excited to share it with you. And I'd love to know in the comments below, is this your first year doing middle grade March? Have you done middle grade March before? And why do you love middle grade March? So I'll start off sharing the book that I had recommended to me that maybe I will do because it sounds amazing. So The Last Dragon on Mars. Wow, dragons and in space? How awesome is that? So it turns out that every celestial body, including Earth, had a dragon, but Earth's dragon sacrificed itself so that Earth could have life. And so they're like, maybe Mars dragon could help us out and we can get life by this dragon, by taking this dragon's life. And so it doesn't work out so great for the people who have moved from Earth to Mars. And so this boy, I believe his name is Lunar, so he's going and he's trying to, I don't know, he's trying to survive, I think is the main point, but he finds a secret buried deep beneath Mars that is going to change everything. This is one of my very favorite series, and so I just love to talk about it. Brandon Mull is so well known for Fablehaven and other series out there, but this is one that is maybe a little less well known, and it's my favorite. I love how he writes this. I think it is just powerful, and if you want to hear me talk on and on about it, check out the interview that I'll link in the description below because I interviewed Brandon Mull and we talked about it and I just was so thrilled about it and just, it's great, okay? So, Beyonders, a world without heroes. This boy is sucked from our world through the mouth of a hippopotamus. Of course, I know that sounds ridiculous, but he is. He's sucked into this alternate world and he needs to survive. So he encounters this other girl who's also sucked into this world and it's like, wow, you guys are going to save us. So he goes on this quest to find the one word that is going to stop the evil there. Well, it's amazing how the book ends and then how the series continues to go. And one of the reasons I love it so much is because of the way the final book in the series ends. And so if you're going to love it as much as I do, you're just going to have to go and read all three. So another of my favorite is Nevermoor. The first book is The Trials of Morrigan Crow. I cannot wait for the next book in the series to come out. Are there 3 or 4 out right now? I don't know. I've read all that's out right now. It's so fun. It's about this kind of grumpy individual who she's kind of grumpy for a reason, okay? She's been cursed. She is a curse. Anytime she interacts with somebody, everybody blames anything bad that happens to him on her. And so life just hasn't been great for her. And she is destined to die on her birthday, 12th birthday maybe. And so then in comes Jupiter North to rescue her from the hunt of smoke and shadows. And then she has to go through this series of trials to find her place in Jupiter's world. And it's just magical and quirky and fun, and the characters are amazing. It is one that the book is even better enjoyed on audio. I love the voices. So it's just fantastic, right? This is one that I have not read, but is hugely popular. So you've probably heard of The Keeper of the Lost Cities. This is our graphic novel version, and I think this might be what I read. And so the main character is a telepath, and this is just something hard in her life. And then she encounters this other telepath that is like, you do not belong here, whisks her away to another world because she's in danger if she stays with her family. But also it turns out in this other world, there are secrets buried deep in her memory that other people would kill for. And so she continues to be in danger in this new adventure that she is going on. I think there are 9 books now in the series, and I know so many people love it. And so I think that maybe I will give it a go for this middle grade March prompt. I read this book years ago when it was the first book in the series, and now there have been several more published because how fun is this? Disney After Dark, Kingdom Keepers. So these kids are like the holographs. They're the kids who are chosen to be the holograph images that are helpers throughout the Disney parks. And so they can go to Disney, but they can't be really recognize because they're holographs. So they end up going at night once, and then they discover that all the Disney villains are real. And so it's this intense magical adventure that is just so fun for anybody that loves Disney. And there are a bunch of books out in the series now that just fun. He continues to put them out. I thought I'd give you something older. This is 15 or more years ago, so it's not quite going to make the 1900s prompt, but it is something that was really fun. So I was reading it because it was available at the book fair or book order, and me and another one of my students when I was teaching 6th grade both got it, and so then I had to go read book 2 as well. So it's called Premonitions. The main characters always had premonitions, and they confuse her and stress her out, and even before her mom died, it was a stressful thing for her. Well, they continued to bother her, and now her friend is missing, and she needs to figure out what is a present day premonition or a future one or a past one, and how can they help her solve this mystery. I really remember enjoying it a lot, both this one and the second one. This is a book that I will always love to recommend. It is in my top list of all-time favorites, the Mystwick School of Musicraft. So it is also, if you do Audible, it's one of the ones that is included with your Audible membership. And I don't always like a lot of other noises going on when I'm listening to it. And I'm not a very musically inclined person, but I really enjoyed this, and I enjoyed the music woven in. It starts out with a chicken and the girl charming the chicken through music to get it to come out. And so it's just got ridiculous funny parts, but it's got hugely emotional parts. So she needs to prove herself that she belongs at this school for magic. And the world knows that magic is made by playing music, but it's not a thing that everybody and anyone can or should do. You've got to go to school. And so it's an intense adventure of learning to control the magic and figure out the mystery going on, and then it climaxes really in an intense way that is, it's just so fun the way it all comes together. There are 3 books out as well as a short little companion story, and it's all on Audible, and I love it all. Or you could read the actual tangible book, also fantastic. All right, so Wizards of Once, there are 4 books in the series, and it's about a wizard boy who is not fitting in, and he is trying to prove himself. And then the warrior girl, and the wizards and warriors are just enemies, and so unlikely companions come together, and she is always an outcast among the warriors. Everybody is just like, no, no. So these 2 outcasts get together and go on this amazingly fun journey. And again, back to the audio kind of plug. If you enjoy David Tennant, okay, yeah, it's fun that he narrates it. I love that. Another one I love to recommend that is a series, and I love where it goes. It just is one that I love how it all comes together in the end. It's called Lockwood & Co. by Jonathan Stroud, and they started a Netflix series with it, and I wish they would do more with it because they did such a great job. This is about these kids who can see ghosts and spirits, because once you become an adult, you lose that ability. And so they're the ones who have to fight the supernatural. And so, of course, these teens, as they're going about fighting, there's competition amongst the different ghost hunting groups, and you cannot be touched by a ghost, or it will put you into a coma, or in the very least, just cause problems for you and your body. And so there's intense danger associated with this. And so just a really intense, fun ghost story that captivates in an amazing way at the end of the series. All right, so if you want something new, fresh out from last year, the Whisperwicks, the Labyrinth of Lost and Found. So it's another one where a boy goes from our world to another magical world. And so the labyrinth of this world that they live in, you can never journey too far from where you live, or you'll forget and not be able to get back to where you live. And they all have they're magical, kind of like dolls or puppets, that they're able to send them to do magic, and it's powerful and amazing. And he's going to help this girl find this mystery that she is working through. I loved it so much, and I'm so excited to find out that it is becoming a series, so you can wait for book 2 to come out this year. And it's just a really fun recent one that I think you're going to love. Princess Academy by Shannon, Hale. So these people in this mountain village are told that the royalty has found out that it has been prophesied that a girl from your village is destined to be the princess. And so they gather up the girls and they take them up onto the mountain where this academy that they've formed with this really strict mistress. to learn how to be royalty. And some of the girls are mean and nasty about things, and this girl really would like to maintain a friendship with another boy from her childhood, and it's just emotional and fun, so fun, and gets intense later in it because of course there are a band of bandits who are going to go and capture the princesses. So these girls have to find a way to work together even though there's been a little bickering, and they come together and use something only known to these mountain people to fight off these bandits. All right, so the last one that I have for you, Moonwood Mysteries. So I thought this was kind of fun to include because it just ended with the third book in the series, came out last month, and it was also one that's translated in English, and so I thought that was kind of fun as well. I read The Night Raven a few years ago. This is the first book in the series, and it's just a really fun mystery, but it's intense because the character is an orphan girl. She has the ability to really notice the small things that has helped her survive, and so she is actually paired up with this detective who is working on this mystery of, is this serial killer back, and or what's going on with the Dark Angel? And so it's pretty intense, and especially the third book that just came out. Whoa, it is pretty intense because it deals with more about these babies. She was abandoned as a baby in the orphanage, so it really comes together in the end that it's wow and powerful, and I think you'll just love it. So if you enjoyed this video, please take a second, help me out, give it a thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe to the channel because that'll help me come back and keep giving more great book recommendations for the kids in your life.